RPL. Anyway, there's plenty of numbers. They're big squads in this current COVID pandemic era. 34 without loss after 6. I suppose you also need some net bowlers, don't you? You can't get the guys just to come into the bubble and help you bowl in the nets. That's unfortunately what they have to do. 20 odd players in that squad. A couple of Tommy tourists.
Yeah, the challenge, of course, is to get into that final lineup. All those bowlers. Let's have a look at the guys who are going to be off to the IPL. David Miller, of course. Quinton de Kock. Kisa Rabada. Andrik Nakia. Ungungidi. 6 overs gone, 34 for no loss at the moment. Big swing and a miss that time from Quinton de Kock. Bit of extra bounce from Afridi.
That was a good ball. Good ball. He went early to Quinton de Kock, so Afridi had time just to adjust his length. And often the option when you see a batsman moving and maybe just coming down the surface is to almost hit back of a length even harder than you maybe would have done on a normal delivery. And that's what Shaheen Afridi did there. You can see the extra bounce beats him for pace. And they're going to have to hold their nerve here, Pakistan. The first 3 overs were pretty easy to keep South Africa in check because of the nature of the surface. It was a little bit slow, a little bit yielding. But South Africa have now come to terms with the conditions.
That might be out. It is out. That is a big wicket. You get Quinton de Kock just when he's looking to charge, which is exactly what he was trying to do, then that is big time for Pakistan.
Yeah, brilliant. I think he's worked out his game plan perfect. On the surface, it's yielding. The best thing you can do is try and use that pitch and the conditions to your advantage. And if you hammer it in back of a length, that's sometimes where you get the variation. That's sometimes where you get the ball to stop. That's exactly what's happened on that one. Coming across it, chopping it up in the air. The captain takes the catch. And an important breakthrough for Pakistan. Starting to look a little bit ominous in this power 8 power play. And that wicket will help just negate the attacking options of South Africa. Quinton goes for 20, 34 for 1.
Temba Bavuma just getting a little bit of advice from Aiden Markram as he strides out of the middle. What a big moment this is for Temba Bavuma, and also of course for cricket in South Africa and all those watching. First outing as captain of South Africa. As we look at his stats at the moment, hasn't played too many games in the one-day format, averaging nearly 56, strike rate getting close to 100. Markram on strike. Hard to the man in the covers. So Pakistan certainly needed to pick up a wicket. It was just a situation where South Africa were looking to get on top of the bowlers. A couple of boundaries were coming. And Afridi is in that lineup to do exactly that. He's one of those guys who's a wicket taker, always has been. Extremely talented. And a no ball has been called, and now it's a free hit. It's confirmation of overstepping. So a free hit. Give yourself plenty of room on the leg side and get 6 runs. Good work from Aidan Markram. Cannot get a better result when you're offered a free hit. Really good contact. It's not the biggest boundary down there. Opting for the short delivery. Most batsmen will look to go on the leg side when they are provided with a free hit. It's confirmation from Adrian Holdstock. In the air. And it's a very, very good catch, I think. Nod of the head there. The umpires are going to have a bit of a chat now. It looked like he got the fingers underneath it. Let's have a look and see what the signal is. What's the soft signal after the discussion? There's the soft signal. Ramesh Raja and Vernon Philander have joined me. What do you think, boys? Ramesh, what's your call?
Well, I think we've got to go by the on-field umpire. He's called it as out. But what a terrific catch. Always so difficult to dive forward.
Yeah, it looks like he's done well to get the fingers underneath the ball. Of course, the soft signal is out, so he'll have to be conclusive to overturn this. I think that's out. Got the fingers underneath. It's a great effort to dive forward.
Is the third umpire upstairs will have to go by the soft signal, which is out. So what he's trying to do here is to locate a catch. Fingers underneath the ball, and took it in one action.
Yeah, Ramesh, he's probably just looking if the ball at any stage touches the surface, but I think his fingers are firmly underneath. It's real tough to overturn this one.
Good of the fielder in a way that he asked the umpire to judge it himself. So it was 50-50. We'll get a 100% result on the big screen soon. OUT is the call. Excellent fielding by Fahim Ashraf. And Markram, who's shaping up so well, just couldn't middle one. So a couple of wickets have gone down early for South Africa. Shaheen Shah Afridi striking again, maintaining good pace and temperament. It's a game of temperament, isn't it, Vernon?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been phenomenal. Just looked like everyone just held up a little bit in the surface. Markram threw the shot a bit too early. Leading it. Again, it's a magnificent catch by Fahim.
That's the problem when you're playing with hard hands, and Markram was looking glorious, timing the ball nicely, but playing hard shots. This was slower in pace and got the better of Markram. He got a good looking 19. It's 41 for 2.
New bet of South Africa, Rassie van der Dussen. It's an amazing record, internationals at this level, reaching over 70.
Pakistan now maintaining 2 slips for the newcomer. Trying to get it back, hitting the stumps. energy levels have gone up. They're looking for some breakthrough, some relief. It looks like a fabulous batting strip. His numbers are very impressive. Strike rate of 81 with an average of 70.7 knot.
Shaheen Afridi, he's got a spring in his step.
.41 for the loss of 2. Quinton de Kock was handling himself so well. Undone by a slower ball. Couldn't middle it, skied it to Babar Azam at mid-off. Another set batsman dismissed by sleight of hand, slower in pace, digging the ball into the surface, ball stopping a little. And Fahim taking a fabulous catch. Really was athleticism at its very best. Going hard with his hands. Low catch, a great catch. Pakistan bouncing back, couple of strikes. 2 batsmen out there or not. Bavuma not yet off the mark.
Yeah, and I suppose it's always difficult to start on a surface that don't offer as much pace as what we had anticipated. 2 new batters at the crease. So we would have hoped that one of those in batters would take them through this power play. Of course, bat a long time through the innings, give them some sort of momentum. But not the case. We've got 2 new batters at the crease, Van der Dissen and the newly South African captain, Temba Bavuma.
On the pads, is off the mark with a flick. Different kind of challenge for Bavuma, skipping the side, and it can lift you up quite dramatically because you'll be setting the tone, leading by example, and that can fill you with a lot of pride, and you play above yourself as a result.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done really well for his local team, the Lions. He's picked himself in terms of his captaincy, in terms of his performance, his leadership on the field.
They've appealed hard, but it's missing the stumps, given as a leg by. Hasnain can be quick. He was lightning fast in some of the PSL matches just recently. Consistently clocked over 150 clicks. Pakistan may not opt for a DRS review.
It just felt like it was always angling down. It's missing leg stump comfortably. And of course, welcome back, Rummies, on South African soil.
Vernon, pleasure always.
To all our Christian viewers, happy Easter to all of you. It'll be a blessed weekend.
He's predominantly an outswing bowler, Hasnain. Every now and then when he wants to hoodwink the batsman with an in-swinging ball, he doesn't really hit the stumps. Is good with the short ball. Taken! Another man dismissed. Is the captain who trying to slice it. Maybe looking for a shot over point. Played it fine. It was finally taken by Shaheen Shafri. Pakistan strikes again.
Yeah, it's probably not the best of deliveries. Short and wide outside the off stump. Temba Bavuma almost looking to uppercut this. And managed to find the fielder down on the third man fence. Shaheen Afridi, you can't keep him out the game. That's a good take. Hasnain into the action.
I think if you're going for that kind of a shot, you've got to be fully committed, and it appeared as if it was kind of a 50-50 effort from Bavuma. Leaves the scene, and South Africa 3 down for 43 now.
Yeah, I was out there this morning doing the pitch report. Looked a really good surface. Of course, it being a newly used surface, doesn't have the pace. It's quite hard on top. Nice scene on it. Crossed hard and tucked on the soft side underneath.
Henrik Klaassen is the new man in. His work is it's cut out clearly. 3 wickets down for 43. The start was so engaging and entertaining from South Africa, but can they hold the fort? It's so important that they be relentless, still try to put pressure on Pakistan with 3 wickets down. Can they do it? Do they have the set of skill set? That's hit him in front of the pads. Maybe a little bit of inside edge. No, give it! Well, he's asked for a review here. I heard a woody sound. I don't know whether it was inside edge or not.
Yeah, same here, Ramis. I've also heard double sound, the earphones. Of course, umpire Maria Erasmus gave him out. So we'll have a look.
It's a genuine delivery. And he can be quick, around 146, 147 kilometers per hour in this stint. Yeah, it appeared as if it hit the inside edge of the bat. Long, strong appeal from Pakistan convinced the on-field umpire.
Yeah, it just looked like there's a little bit of a ricochet off the bat, and there's confirmation thereof. Ultra confirming a little bit of an inside edge. Umpire Maria Erasmus will have to overturn this one. Here he goes, not out.
What a good first ball from Hasnain. Nice and full at pace. 8 overs done, 43 for 3.
Yeah, in cricketing terms, we'll say that's under money to the new man.
Three down for 43. Be aware of that in-swinging slant that he's developed of late. He's become a complete bowler. But what a good first ball to Klaassen from Hasnain. Nice and full. Given by the umpire, the replay showed an inside edge.
It's almost come off a little bit wider as well, angling it back into the stumps. Unfortunately for him, unfortunately for the batter, he got an inside edge.
His numbers are impressive. 4 overs, 1 for 13. When the charge was on, he showed great temperament and nerve. Once again, that in-swinging slant keeps him tied up.
And that's the thing we always talk about, bowling in partnerships. Sahina Afridi, a little bit expensive at the start. He managed to keep things tidy. What I like about him is he's at you all the time. It's the wicket again. It's the type of surface, Ramis, where you can't really go too hard. You almost need to hold your shape. Proper cricket shots will get value. Every time we've seen them go a touch harder, they manage to lose their shape, scoop one in the air, get themselves into trouble.
Or a reflex action from Bavuma there, not fully committed. Just wanted to guide it over the infield, over the slip cordon.
It's almost like a more of an instinctive shot. Done well, Pakistan here, 43 for 3 South Africa.
It's the most difficult part in the innings, the middle overs, where you've got to rebuild, because you've got to assess the situation, and Pakistan have been generally very good with their direction. Very few short balls, trying to get things done. Oh, that was a very good try, actually. Would have been a great catch. The field was set. It's Asif Ali who's grasped it, but it was a toughie.
Oh, I tell you what, they keep creating chances. On the distance, just pushing it one touch wide of him. Well, this is a chance. Oh, done well. Got there in hand. Hit his palms. Oh, I tell you what, he got there. That will go down as a chance.
Such good bowling from Shaheen Afridi, because he was angling the ball back into the stumps, and this one was the angle ball, field set, dropping the second slip. Excellent over comes to an end. It's a maiden 43 for 3.
Yeah, the Pakistan bowlers, they've been stringing a couple of good overs together here, reaping the rewards as well, creating opportunity.
Ten balls between the two batsmen. They're not yet off the mark. Pakistan exerting pressure after picking up the top 3.
I suppose that's the difficulty as to how hard you really push on, having lost 3 wickets within the power play. Of course, you need to set yourself. There's another 41 overs left in the innings. Not push too hard and lose another one or another 2 perhaps. It's a real interesting phase of the game.
Yeah, I was making a point earlier that batting in such a situation in the middle phase of the innings can be hard, because you've got to assess the situation, as you rightly point out, and then you've got to back yourself by being a little bit aggressive and proactive. One thing that they must look to do is to rotate the strike. Just keep things simple. Really, no need to go hard at the bowlers. It's a tough situation for South Africa, so best way out at the moment would be to just maneuver the strike.
It's a good point you're making here, Ramesh. Don't get bogged down on one end, eating up dot balls. Make sure that you keep rotating the strike, going 6-7s, but 4-5s for now will do the job. Just in order to gain some momentum. Cricket is all about momentum, of course. Bat or ball. Make sure that you always stay one up on the opposition. You almost feel that Pakistan has done really well in this power play to knock 3 wickets down.
Nothing in the last 4.3 overs. Innings has become a bit stagnant. It's been very impressive for a guy who's young. Hasnain can get it up to 147, 148 clicks, and he's bowled a straight line. He hasn't experimented a lot with other stuff, and that is what you want from your fast bowler, not to spray the ball around, just keep things nice and tight.
He has been impressive, Ramesh. I think he used the crease very well. Once from away and coming wide, the one angling back. Good prospect for the future for Pakistan. Let's keep producing them, those fast bowlers.
Yeah, there are 2-3 others who are very, very talented. Haris Rauf, you'll see him in action very shortly. He's quick as well. Excellent change of pace in Haris Rauf. So it gives you another perspective, another option. These are all nice looking shots, but the end result is nothing. It's another maiden. 43 for 3 after 10.
Yeah, this is the power play. South Africa started well. Pick out the blocks. Quinton de Kock hitting a couple of boundaries. Aiden Markham got into such good positions, hitting a few extravagant shots. Again, Quinton de Kock on the ground. Markham in such good positions. Then the tide changed. Sahina Afridi got into the attack. Wickets. Quinton de Kock. This one again from Aiden Markham, just stopped in the wicket. Temba Bavuma trying to hit this one down to third man, picking out the fielder. Since the start, Pakistan had really turned it around.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag for South Africa. Turnover was done, 43 for the loss of 3. They started off like a bullet train, looking to attack Pakistan, then a couple of wickets went down. Fahim is in.
And you always feel playing up on the high felt, the only way to really pull it back is to take wickets. This is a venue where batters get set and they get in, really hard to contain them. Pakistan has done the right thing. Those 3 wickets are all top order batters for South Africa. It will be a big concern for them as they were building the innings.
From Pakistan's point of view, I think they've got to assess the situation as well, whether to continue to press for wickets or whether to just keep things steady, feel well, put pressure on this pair, because they are ahead of South Africa at this stage of the game. 3 down for 44 South Africa, looking to rebuild. So in the rebuilding process, should they allow them to continue batting the way they have, or exert more pressure, look for a wicket, look for another blow?
Tell you what, Ramiz, this is one venue where you don't want to let batters get in. So to pick up on your point, you will have to think wickets. Sort of venue where batters do get in, back end of an innings, really hard to contain. Mazraf, he's had a magnificent series against South Africa in Pakistan, of course.
Yeah, batted beautifully in crunch times. Good all-round cricketer. Become just a little bit more steady in pace terms in ODIs. He used to be quite quicker than what he is right now, but I think he wants a bit of steadiness, bit of discipline. He sacrificed a bit of pace for that.
I was about to point out, last time I played against him, he was 140s. Seems like he's sacrificed a little bit of pace for control. Those are things that you work out for yourself. It's good to see the young man learning.
Vernon, the question to ask to you would be that if he's sacrificed his pace, then he's got to improve his swing bowling or slant or seam bowling. But we haven't seen that a lot from Fahim as well, or from him, full stop, because he's become disciplined, but he hasn't really developed a lot of sideways movement with it.
That's a very good point you're raising. To drop pace, you have to upskill yourself in terms of seam movement, swing. That's the end of the 11th. South Africa 44 for 3. Now to come back to your point, when you do sacrifice pace, you want to make sure that you up your skill set in other areas. You still want to be a threat to batters. Of course, playing in Pakistan, I don't think seam movement is a massive threat over there, so you'll have to work out angles, maybe with a swing, reverse swing perhaps, just to keep the edge. So, yeah. Holding, tough job, eh, Ramiz?
Yeah, absolutely. Look after his length. I think that's the other part that he needs to do regularly. Because at that pace, he just can't go fuller or shorter. He's got to hit that mark almost all the time.
I think what you can do is you can really set up batters for that short one. Batters, they get accustomed to you bowling at that pace that you'll pitch it up to them. So the bouncer might be the surprise ball. Chance of bowling. Harris Rauf into the attack.
Sasa with an excellent delivery. Late movement away from the right-hander's off stump. He can be slippery as well. First ball 145.4 clicks, so short statured.
Look at him, he's pretty sharp. Jeez, that's a lot of movement as well. Away from the batter. That will excite him.
It's a luxury to have somebody like him come in the middle phase of the innings and do that. You'll see a change of pace. He'll bowl a lot of balls with good pace. Has a lot of energy. He's an interesting character. In your face kind of a bowler.
That's what you need really, especially in the middle overs where batters tend to think and feel that comes a touch easier to them. There's one bowler to upset that rhythm. Reminds me a little bit of Wahab Riaz. He's at you. Sharp bouncer as well, hitting the bat hard. Can let you have it easy out there.
Stuttering run up, but he gets it right at the point of delivery. Nicely side on, that's why he gets a bit of outswinger. Puts in a lot of effort. Short run up, good pace.
Good shot for Nutting again. Also something that really excites me is that seam position. We've seen in the first ball coming out nicely. A little bit of a stutter in his run-up. It's into a nice position, side on. Seam position, wow, that's good.
Into the gap and flowing drive earns him a 4.
This is a much better stroke from Rassie van der Dussen. Just waited for this one, not trying to overhit it. And into this. It's brilliant, almost just like half a push, but managed to find a gap and all the way for 4. Brilliant timing.
He wants to, only a single. Let's get them to 49, gets them to a 50. Hard-earned 50. The start was brisk, but the middle phase of the 12-over stint has been just a little bit laborious for South Africa. 3 down for 50 after 12. Pommy and JP Duminy to take over commentary. Pommy, partnership of 7 of 25 balls, a little slow.
Just a touch. How happy have you been though with the way Pakistan have gone? Because it's a big comeback, isn't it, from the way things went in the beginning?
That's right. I think they've got this ability to pick wickets. You look at Haris Rauf, for example, or Shaheen Shah Afridi. This guy Hasnan is quick. He's your wicket-taking option as well. That has served Pakistan well. Over to you.
Catch you later. Hello, JP.
Tommy Mangwa, lovely to be alongside you again, watching a bit of cricket.
I wouldn't mind your thoughts on the way South Africa have started. Of course, this partnership is slow, 7 from 26. But what it is on the back of a couple of guys who seem to just be playing shots.
It was always going to be the test of character in terms of batting hand for both teams, really. Think of the seam bowling options of both teams. They experienced, got a lot of pace. And you feel here in the Highveld, pace is going to be playing such an important role. So yeah, they had a decent enough start in South Africa, but faltered somewhat with the 3 wickets. Unfortunately, it fell in quick succession. And that's the challenge here for South Africa. Rebuilding phase, as commonly known. Felt that Quinton de Kock probably just looked too square on this kind of surface. Slightly slow, a little bit of moisture. Then again, that sort of indicates the slowness in the surface. Saw a maximum the previous delivery, and yeah, well, Temba Bavuma, he'll feel a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, I felt that Shaheen Shah Afridi's reaction to the conditions was what brought him the wickets. I thought he was pretty good with how he went. So look at this last delivery, scrambled seam, and it just jags away off the surface. There's a little bit of moisture, so it will grip some of the time if you hit the seam. But yeah, went from just out and out pace, and that was coming on quite nicely. They hit the fielders quite a lot, actually. Maybe why. So despite that start being okay and looking like they're playing lots of shots and they're going hell for leather, not much was going on to the scoreboard. And then the bowlers twigged. We can't just keep giving you the pace. But it seemed one mode were just going to smash you and couldn't react to that themselves. And 3 men out, there are 2 of them there.
We had this discussion in the build-up, didn't we? How do you marry aggression with understanding the conditions? And my sort of take on that is identifying the conditions first, and I think that determines how you play. When I say how you play, yes, you still have the aggressive intent, but you identify with what shots you can play in terms of that aggressive intent. So yes, Quinton de Kock, for instance, his shot is to go over the top, but you're needing to adjust the way you do it according to the conditions. And that's the learning that he will take away for sure. Just the 1-run format, 51 for 3.
There's the fall of wickets. South Africa 34 without loss, then 1, then 41 for 2 and 43 for 3. It was a shot Aiden Markram played pretty much soon after de Kock was out. And it just suggested to me as I sat out there watching that the intention was to still go. And you kind of, with the 3 wickets, well, with a couple of opening batters, kind of got a sense that the chat has been be aggressive. And with the wickets having fallen, the way that Van der Dussen plays, certainly he doesn't come in and smash it. He generally takes some time to get going. Klaasen, also similar in that he looked to just get himself started and bat a long way. What you need, and what it looks like is necessary, is a balance. Perhaps one go and the other not so, which is difficult to do, I understand, in terms of the power play and using it from both ends. You're learning, as you say.
You talk about learning, Spomman. You know, for me, the best way to learn is to explore. Exploring on different kinds of conditions. What are the do's and don'ts? Realize on the surface, if you hit that back of a length, it's not that kind of surface where you can just hit through the line. So particularly the high-foul players, and Klaasen being one of them, will identify backward shots become so important. And yes, he's mistimed that one, but he'd know that that is the potential to get some score on the board.
Finally. Second longest for South Africa to get off the mark. 19 balls. Can you guess who the other one was? Who holds the record? Nobody.
Nicknamed the Hammer.
Oh yeah. Correct. I'll tell you, don't worry. Nicely played, straight in line there. Haris Rauf able to double up. 4. To get a wriggle on. I'll tell you who it was. It was Lutz Bosman. It's 55 for 3 innings.
Betway brings you 24/7 endless entertainment. Available anywhere, anytime. With classic roulette, exciting money wheels, exhilarating card games, and rapid rolls of the dice, giving you even more chances to win your way. Visit betway.co.za and play today.
Huh? What's going on here then? Ah, so that's it.
How significant is change to you?
It's sometimes necessary to do better through change.
Are you glad you changed your outsurance?
The service is incredible, so I am a happy customer. I am saving over 300 Rand. Change is good. Do it. Pull outsurance, make that change.
Jigazinto, sister Jigazinto.
Jigazinto.
SMS SAVE to 31570 or call 08600 60,000 and make the change today.
Can you hear that? The sound of change. Plugged in, waiting to be unleashed. This is racing electric. Change accelerated.
Running a business in today's new world has greater complexity than ever before. But there's a simpler way with Sage. This tax year end, enable compliance, manage a remote workforce, and streamline payroll processes, all while keeping your submissions simple. Visit tax.sage.coza and find the right cloud payroll and HR solution for your business. Sage, leading cloud software for a new way of work.
Happiness is for Pakistan. 3 wickets. South Africa, well, started off and intentions were quite clear from Quinton de Kock and Aiden Markram. They played shots, both out not too long after each other. 34 for 1 it was when the wickets began to fall. 43 for 3. So look at the wickets, trying again to play a big shot to go over the top that time. Most of the time they'd been hitting him along the ground. Then Foxed, just totally undone by the slower ball, sits up in the surface and he's unable to stop his shot, Aiden Markram. It's a good catch, that. Then Temba Bavuma gets caught at third man. Yeah, and it looked a lot of shots played, but the highest run rate in that initial period of about 6 overs or so was about 6 to the over. And you expect with lots of shots played that it'd be a lot more than that. A lot of hitting the field. Out! Looking to cut and gets a top edge. Klaasen, after struggling to get off the mark, doesn't add to that single. Pakistan again.
Does the break do the difference here for South Africa? Been struggling to find some form, particularly in this innings, and to get some momentum going as Henrik Klaasen trying to stamp his authority on this innings. Well, Fahim had different ideas. He has to go for 1. Well, South Africa struggling, 55 for 4.
South Africa 4 down, in comes David Miller. Experienced 133 games and has average of 40. Good strike rate too, just about 100. Couple of good scores against Australia. That one in Hobart, 139. They need him again here. South Africa, they need Miller to play a good innings. They need him to get a century, lots of time to bat. They need somebody to get a century. Certainly enough time. Fahim Ashraf, last 11 one-day internationals before today, and only taken 3 wickets. They're going well economy-wise, though. Just under 5.7 to the over. Yeah, would have bugged him. This is a good start for him. Just his third over, and he's got the wicket of Klaasen. Oh, that's straight, you know. Oh, goodness. Not out. Says umpire Holstock, and there's chit-chat on whether there was bat involved or not. Oh, too late. Too late, they didn't go up. I tell you what, that was worth going upstairs for. That just looked out.
Especially early on in his innings, David Miller has the tendency to fall across his stumps a touch. Unfortunately, it's good that you're not the captain there, Pom.
I'm still waiting, I'm still holding out. Yeah, not quite full enough. Not quite, it just pitched outside, I think. Well, a long way. Miles. There's a guy next to me who'd have been upstairs straight away. He'd have been signaling to the skipper. He's on my... He's just hanging in here. Shot. That's a beautiful shot. Fast outfield here. You're not going to catch up with that. And that's a lovely way to get off the mark for David Miller. 59 for 4.
Value for shots here at Supersport Park. Just leans beautifully into it, does David Miller. I've seen that's the hallmark of good cricket shots, particularly on a surface that has a little bit of moisture. Good extension of the arms. That'll give him a lot of confidence going into this innings.
Let's look at South Africa's side again. Experienced men in the cock. Markram gone. Avuma also gone, the skipper. And Van der Dussen trying to get himself started. He's 10 from 21. Needs somebody to hang with him. Yeah, South Africa just trying to get their innings started, really. Those 3 wickets have rocked them. First 3. And it just came to a standstill. Not able to rotate strike. Admittedly, some good captaincy from Babar. After the 10 didn't straight away spread it. Kept quite a few in the circle. Asking the batsmen to try and go over the top. Oh, in the air, and it'll be safe. A leading edge.
I tell you what, Dennis Rauf, he has asked some good questions here this morning. He's bowled with a good aggression, good pace. Spoke earlier, stuttering run-up, strong at the crease. He's hitting the bat pretty hard, Rassie van der Dussen. Always know Rassie's always looking to access that leg side to rotate strike. It's always a difficult surface to do that from a back of a length.
There's that good pace once again. 145 clicks. Carry through to the keeper. Right at the start, it was a bit difficult for the batsmen. The stickiness of the surface, and that they couldn't quite play shots. There were some beautiful shots played. The field up. The clock played a cover, which was on the up and good surface. Aidan Markram also played a shot of the back foot through cover. Shot. That too made it seem good. Surface this is in on that and out there. Then it just seemed to stick, and say it's a reaction of the bowlers as well, where lengths get pulled back and they ask you to hit from different areas, and they also take pace off the ball. And it's made it so much more difficult. Didn't find the gap, struck it well, and they were feeling missed out.
Generally here at Supersport Park in day games, there's always a little bit something in it for the bowlers. In the first hour, hour and a half. And credit to Pakistan, they found it. They found a length that has worked for them. Not allowed South Africa to get any sort of momentum in this first innings.
Generally quite good on the short ball. Rassie van der Dussen controls that well to pick up one and keep the strike. Just 3 from the over. 62 for 4. Little expensive, you might say, Shaheen Shah Afridi in comparison to the rest, but he'll take that. He'll take 2 for 29 in his first spell. The 2 wickets of the 2 opening batsmen. Any day.
I'm interested to see how the surface plays throughout the day. You think about the time of year that we're actually having a series being played in South Africa. Last time we played a full series around April was 12 years ago. Whether there's any sort of difference, as I mentioned earlier, generally it's sticky and then it sort of gets better as the day goes on. That's generally because of the heat that comes through during the day and the afternoon here at the Highveld. It sort of flattens the surface out a touch. Yes, the winters are generally good, but you don't get that extreme heat. Still haven't seen any spin from Pakistan. Whether we're going to see any purchase with the moisture around.
I'd like more of that, singles. In thinking about surfaces here, you'd be surprised at this, I think. In day games, and there have been 28 played at Supersport Park, average is